Hello students, welcome to SV Technology. Integrity constraints. Database integrity means the completeness, correctness and consistency of data. It ensures that the data entered into the database must be complete, accurate and valid and consistent. In a relational model, data integrity can be achieved using integrity constraints. Constraints are also called as rules. Integrity constraints means constraint is nothing but the rules that to be followed while entering the data into columns of database tables. It is a condition that is specified on the database schema. Integrity constraints are set of rules that the database is not permitted to violate. Integrity constraints may apply to attribute or relationship between tables. Constraints ensure that data enrolled by the user into columns must be within the criteria specified by the condition. For example, if you want to maintain only unique IDs in the employee table, or if you want to enter only age under 18 years in the student table. Integrity constraints are mainly three types. They are key constraints, foreign key constraints, general key constraints. We will discuss about each one briefly. Key constraints. A key constraint is a statement that a certain minimal subset of the fields of a relation is a unique identifier for tuple. Keys plays an important role in the relational database. It is used to uniquely identify any record or row of data from the table. It is also used to establish and identify relationship between tables. For example, if we take student table, student ID is used as key because it is unique for each student in table. If we take another example, in person table, Aadhaar number, license number, passport number are keys since they are unique for each person. Here we can take tables like this. Student ID, name, address, age, marks. These are the attributes of student table. Student ID is unique key is called as key attribute or key constraint. Types of key constraints. Not null. It ensures that the specified column does not contain a null value. Unique. It provides a unique value to specified columns. Default. It provides a default value to column if none is specified. Check. It checks for the predefined conditions before inserting the data inside the table. Primary key. It is a column or group of columns in a table that uniquely identify every row in the table. DBA is responsible for selecting a key that identifies each tuple uniquely. Here we have some rule to frame primary key. The rules are: a table cannot have more than one primary key. Two rows cannot have same primary key value. Each row must have a primary key value. The primary key cannot be null. The value in primary key can never be modified or updated. These are the rules framed by the key constraints for primary key. For example, if we take student table as a relation, here creating a table syntax is this. In this, primary key is student ID. Here we have four attributes, that is student ID, name, contact and age. In these four attributes, student ID is uniquely identifies each row. So student ID is selected as primary key by the DBA. Next one, candidate key. A candidate key is an attribute or set of attributes which can uniquely identify a tuple. A candidate key is a super key with no repeated values. Every table must have at least a single candidate key. A table can have multiple candidate keys but single primary key. Here we have some rules for candidate key also. They are: it must contain unique values like primary key. It may have multiple attribute values. It must not contain unique values. Uniquely identify each record in a row. Same like primary key, it must uniquely identify each record in a row. Here we can take candidate key example. Here we have a table named employee. In that we have 5 attributes: employee ID, employee name, Aadhaar number, email ID and department. In this, Aadhaar number, email ID and employee ID, these three are works as a candidate key. In that, employee ID is primary key also. Every primary key is a candidate key, but every candidate key is not a primary key. We have to remember this. Here, employee ID, Aadhaar, email ID, these three are used as candidate key based on our application. Foreign key constraints. The most common integrity constraint involving two relations is foreign key constraint. So, foreign key is a key that creates the relationship between two tables or two relations. The purpose of foreign key is to maintain data integrity and allow the navigation between two tables. Here we can see the actual definition of foreign key. An attribute or set of attributes is one table that refers to the primary key in other table. Here simply we can say that foreign key is a key which acts as a primary key in one table and it refers to another table as a common key, is known as foreign key. It ensures the relational integrity of the data. Here we can take an example of foreign key. Here we have two tables, student table and department table. To find the foreign key, we must need two tables. In student table, student ID is the primary key. It is referred in department table as a key. Then this key is called as a foreign key. Student ID in department table will be considered as foreign key. General constraints. General constraints useful in preventing data entry errors. Apart from the primary key, foreign key constraints, suppose an individual wanted to restrict the user such as a particular employee cannot work on Sunday and particular employee can work only from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Such type of conditions are known as general constraints. Simply, the user-defined conditions are general constraints. RDBMS supports table constraints are associated with a single table and they are checked whenever table is modified. This is all about integrity constraints over relations. For more videos like this, please do subscribe to my channel SV Technology and share with your friends, like and comment.